Hey, this is Shiraz, and before we get started, I just want to let you know that when I clear something for someone, when I cause a shift, I tend to yawn and cough from the energetic shift that happens. I don't know why it happens. It's just how my body works. And if you don't know that, you're going to listen to this video and go, what the hell is wrong with this guy? You might still think that, but now there's more of an explanation. The other thing to keep in mind is that if you hear something that you can absolutely relate to, when I cleared for them, you can get it cleared for you too. Just say yes when they're saying yes, and it works. I have people that watch these videos every morning to get stuff cleared. This can be your new morning habit too. Okay, that's enough for that. Let's get on with the video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a great shift out of it. See you soon.
I've got a couple really cool digital products that I've been building, and I'm to the point where I'm ready to start to sell those products. And when I find a couple interesting things that are coming up that I think are really keeping me quite stuck. One, and I think they're connected. One is I find I'm very triggered by people that I feel are not qualified to be doing the job that they are doing. And at the same time, I find that I'm very much triggering people when I tell them what I'm doing, because who are qualified, because maybe they don't think I'm qualified enough. Or actually, to be honest, the big thing that people that I talk to seem to be triggered by is the amount of money that I would make off this idea, because it doesn't require a lot of technical knowledge and I have no experience or no education.
Okay.
So do you kind of see how it's yeah. So
yeah.
I think that's yeah.
It's the same thing going from you one way and going from them the other way. Okay.
Yep.
So
yeah.
And this it's this is a tech thing, but it's a common thing. Well, if you don't have the experience, then what the hell are you doing this thing, right? So you're watching people with inexperience and you're like, you should not be doing this. What the hell are you doing? But notice that this can go both ways, because you've learned the techniques, you know what you're doing, but from someone else's point of view, well, you don't have a certification, you don't know this, what the hell are you doing? So it's all judgment all the way around for everyone. Right? So
for me, the people I'm judging are from the artistic point of view. And this is where my ego's holding in and it's not letting me let it go. Okay. So the people that I judge, they call themselves an actor, or, you know what I mean? Like they've got that and they just want to be famous. They've never actually trained, studied, or done anything. And it pisses me off. And the people who, are giving it to me, it's about technical. So my ego is saying, listen, you know what I mean? Programming's programming. You code it right, it works. Artistically, I'm not letting it go that way. When the truth is, art is art. They like it or they don't. It doesn't matter how much experience you have.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I can understand that energetically. I can't.
Okay. So if you've put in a lot of work, a lot of training, is it okay for someone with no talent to have success beyond yours?
No. No. It feels horrible.
Okay. So remember that success is not connected to talent. Success is connected to beliefs which create opportunities. How many, there's some really, really famous actors that you look at and you go, they can't act. Why are they getting paid $1 million or $10 million for this movie? But they're in the belief that I deserve this. I'm going to take it. These opportunities I'm going to meet the right people. And they just go. They're not in this I need to be trained thing, right? So while and I'm not saying stop training and stop doing these things, because that's always going to enhance your skill. But if that belief is only people that do this deserve success, then that judgment is going to hit you. And then that's also going to start backfiring, because if you suddenly want to be at this level and suddenly you start judging yourself and going, oh, have I trained enough for this level? Then you won't get there. You'll stop yourself, right? So are you willing to step out of the story that only people with the right experience and hours put in deserve the rewards and the success?
Yes.
Are you willing to step out of the story that everyone has to prove that they deserve the fame, the success, the prestige, and everything that comes along with it?
Can you repeat that? The first little part got
So
mumbled.
this is all about proving. So are you willing to step out of the story that everyone has to prove that they deserve the fame, the success, the prestige, even the money? Are you willing to step out of that story?
Yes.
I can see you squirming on that one. Yeah, I had an old client I used to work with, and she was all about that as well. She's like, I've got to get this other certification, and from there, I've got to get this certification, so that way I can get the clients that are going to pay me $800, $1,000, $1,500 a session. And I'm like, oh, really? And she goes, yeah, no one's going to pay you a lot if you don't have those certifications. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, what are my certifications? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, why are you working with me? You don't know what my certifications are. You don't. I could just be some guy off the street. What the hell? She goes, but we get results. I'm like, look at that. Okay. So that just sort of broke her mind for a little while. But this is it. It's about being in that space. And part of it is about having the skills and the talent to get there. But the other whole component is just being willing to receive it without feeling guilty about receiving it. All right. And you know that's the case because you see other people and you're like, they don't deserve it. So that if the roles are reversed, you'd be like, do I really deserve it? I'm going to feel guilty. I've got to prove it. I got to prove I deserve it. Here's my credentials. Look at all the work I've done. Right. And that keeps you from just saying, you know what, success. Who was it? That one girl from Baywatch. I cannot remember her name.
Pamela Anderson. It's the only one I remember.
Better, Pamela Anderson. Yeah. So she was at a football game and got put on the jumbotron.
She's Canadian.
Yes, but like that's all she did to get famous. She got put on a jumbotron. Like, okay. There was not a lot of struggling and getting it. It's just like, look at that. Well, let's put her on the television. Let's put her in a movie. She was receiving though. She was completely open to receiving, and so that just took off for her, and she had that career. Right? So, okay. So there's still a thing on receiving. Do you have to cap how much you receive?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Oof, yeah. So what's wrong if you don't cap how much you can receive?
If I don't cap how much I receive, I'm really afraid I'd become more judgmental to other people, okay. Like an asshole and materialistic.
Okay. So, yeah, that's hitting. So notice that though, you're minimizing receiving because your belief is I'll be a better person if I don't receive as much. Right. But if you can receive a lot and do things with it, enjoy it for yourself, but then say, I'm going to help these people. I'm going to establish a fund for these people. Then you can receive millions and millions and do all sorts of wonderful things with it. So are you willing to step out of the story that you have to cap your receiving to keep from becoming actually, it's not even a bad person. Are you willing to step out of the story? You have to cap your receiving to keep from becoming an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah. The energy was not in bad person. It was in asshole. So we had to go there. Okay. How's that feel?
Okay. So there's one little thing left that comes up for me that I feel like, asshole, but there's just a little I feel like the best part of me has been that Yeah, no, I just said it. It grows. Okay. I feel like the best part of me has been that I was always like less successful than everyone else in the room or less worthy than everyone else in the room.
Okay.
And that if I stop feeling like that, then I will treat other people the way that I felt like I was treated when I was thought to be less in the room. Does that make any sense?
Yep. So are you willing to step out of the story that you have to stay away from success so that that never happens to you, that you never try treating people that way?
Yes.
Okay. And the other thing is that is an underdog story. And there's a lot of pride that comes from being in an underdog story, because I'm always the one that's being looked over. I'm less successful. I've got the talent, but I just have to keep fighting and I'm being kept down. And you get this hit every time. It's like, there's that underdog story again. But then the underdog can never be successful because it's an underdog. So are you willing to step out of the story that you are the underdog? Ow. Wow. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's like several people hitting. That's hitting.
I'm sending it to you. Oh, let me get into the chat.
Are you willing to step out of the story that people will, as much as it's like you were put down, there's all these other people that were supporting you. So are you willing to step out of the story that people will only love you if you're the underdog?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay, how's that feel?
That feels pretty good.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a like. And if you had a shift of your own, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Also, check out the description for energetic magic events that you can attend every single month. Be well, be aware, and be magical.